What are some of the layers you should have for home defense? I'm going to give you some tips today on simple home defense measures you should make. As a former CIA officer, I was incredibly blessed to see some awesome security, and I'll leave it at that without going too much into detail. But now I'm married, I've got 7 kids, and you better believe I take my home defense seriously. So, what's the first thing you should do? Well, it's an easy thing. Take a walk around your neighborhood. Case your own neighborhood. When I moved into my new house a while back, what did I do? I went for a nice walk around the neighborhood so I can see, okay, in this neighborhood, there's only about 5 people that have alarm signs. There's only about 5 people in this entire neighborhood that have any signs of home security. Because guess what happens? Criminals case neighborhoods too. They may do it in 2 minutes or they may do it in 2 weeks, but they're going to say, which house offers the path of least resistance? Oh, that house has an alarm sign. Oh, that house has a dog. Well, guess what? All these other houses show no sign of security. I'm going to that house. So case your own home. When it comes to layers, obviously put some physical deterrence. What do I mean by that? I mean have an alarm sign so they know that you have an alarm. Also have a driveway alarm. I'm a big fan of driveway alarms. What is a driveway alarm? Well, it's a passive infrared light, passive infrared sensor. You put it on a stake, you hammer it into your grass at the top of the driveway, which is exactly what I did. And if somebody passes the beam on that sensor, it sets off a chime in your house, just like a doorbell. So if somebody walks onto your driveway, you're immediately notified. If you go online and just search passive infrared sensor alarm or driveway alarm, you're going to see plenty of options. Whenever I'm doing a home security consultation, I always install these on my client's driveway, especially those that have long driveways. We install multiple, and like I said, I have it on my own house. So put up a driveway alarm. Simple thing. You don't need a handyman or anything fancy to do that. So keep going to the exterior. What about fences? Fences are okay, but people can climb them, and now once they're in their place, meaning once they're over the fence, they're more hidden. So if somebody said, like, you have to have a fence, absolutely, I'm like, do whatever you want. I don't care about that. As long as you have an alarm sign in the front yard, as long as you have your driveway alarm. But there's other things you need to have on the exterior. You want to have motion sensor lights. Solar motion sensor lights are cheap and easy to put up, right? And also because they're solar, it means that if you have a blackout, if the grid goes down, those lights are still going to illuminate.
You're not going to have all those blind spots.
Blind spots, excuse me. So get the solar motion sensor alarms. Next, video cameras. So if a criminal is casing your house, if he's pretending to be a delivery person just to case the house and say, hey, sir, would you like pest control? Or would you like, we have a delivery. Oh, sorry, you're not Mrs. Smith. My mistake. He's looking around, and if he's walking around nonchalantly and he sees that video camera, he might think twice about it. Video cameras, like everything else these days, have significantly dropped in cost. So have them on all your exterior doors around your house, which is exactly what I do. As far as the door, yes, we have this dirty, disgusting door right here. Well, there are many things you can put on your door to stop it from being kicked in. So there are plates at the bottom of your door. There's something called a doorcade, which is great, which you can put up here. So if somebody's trying to kick in your door, they're not going to be able to kick it in. That is a great way to slow down an intruder. I have those door stoppers, those barricades at every exterior door that leads into my house. Because if, heaven forbid, somebody tries to kick in my door, is that going to tip? I was going to let it tip. If somebody tries to kick in my door at 3 a.m., I don't want them to do 2 kicks and then immediately get into my house. I want to have one of these barricades that slows them down and that works, which is, again, what I have on every exterior door leading to my house. So we've got all that good stuff on the outside. Well, the barricade for the doors on the inside. But we've got the motion sensor lights, the cameras, the driveway alarm. We've got all that. What about in the interior of the house? We've got the barricade, and then you have to have a way to defend yourself. I'm a big gun guy. What does that mean? Well, on my nightstand, I have 2 guns in rapid access safes. And if, heaven forbid, my alarm goes off at 3 a.m. or somebody tries to kick in the door, all I've got to do is grab my flashlight, open up the safe, grab my gun, and go confront the intruder. I don't have to sit there and twiddle my thumbs and say, oh my gosh, I never made a home defense plan. What am I supposed to do right now? I know exactly what I'm going to do. My wife is going to call 911. I'm going to grab my gun. I'm going to go confront the intruder. I have 7 kids. My kids are spread all over the house. So I can't grab my gun, hide behind the door of my master bedroom and say, go away, bad man. I have to leave my master bedroom because my 7 kids are spread out over various levels. So I cannot wait for the intruder to obviously get to them by me hunkering down in my bedroom. Not an option for me. So I grab my gun. Well, first I grab my flashlight. I open up the safe. My home defense gun has a laser light combo. So the only reason I have that flashlight there is to open up the rapid access safe. As soon as I got the gun in my hand, I flip on my flashlight, I'm good to go. That way I can have two hands on the gun. I know other people who say, I don't like guns. Well, use a big knife, use a tomahawk. I train a lot of people who live in apartments who are worried about overpenetration, which is a good worry to have. That's natural. Well, then use a tomahawk. That's what you use. Or again, use a machete or some big blade. But you've got to have that home defense plan in place before somebody kicks in your front door at 3 a.m. You've got to know exactly what to do. So those are some very simple and easy home defense tips that anybody can do. And obviously I pray you never have a home invasion, but I believe the FBI stats are something like every 15 seconds there's a burglary or a home invasion in the United States of America. So you never know when it's going to be you. And I've trained so many people who have come to me after the fact about a home invasion. We beef up their security and they sleep much better at night. So please beef yours up.